Creator, I'm coming to you today and just ask you, Creator, to guide this trust board in good direction, Creator, to make wise decisions for the Delaware tribe, Delaware trust board like that, Creator. Creator, I ask you to look after all of our servicemen and women, wherever they might be, Creator. Just bring them back home safely like that, Creator. Just look after them this holiday season like that, Creator. Creator, I ask you to take care of our veterans that's come home like that, Creator. Wounded warriors like that, Creator. Just take care of them in a special way and guide them in the right direction. Help them where they need your help, Creator. Creator, I ask you to help the people in the Philippines like that, Creator. They need your help like that, Creator. I ask you to take care of all the people here in this United States of America, Creator. Just bless them in a special way. Creator, I ask all these things in God's name.
Roll call.
Chairman Brooks.
Here.
Assistant Chair Nikki Michael. Here. Mayor Joe Brooks.
Here.
Mary Waters. Here. Homer Scott.
Here.
Berta Crawford here. John Sumter is absent for a medical appointment. We have a quorum.
I'll make a motion that John Sumter's absence be excused to Veterans Administration appointment.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Unanimous. I'd like to welcome all the guests. Within the guests care to address the trust board at this time? If not, can I get a vote of approval of the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda. I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Unanimous.
I request that the approval of the minutes for November be tabled. I lost them in the computer, and I apologize.
I'll make that motion to table the minutes November 5th meeting.
Thank you. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Our treasurer, John Sumter, is at a medical appointment to the VA. I think he's got him scheduled for a knee operation. That's what the appointment is about. He did notify me yesterday that he would. He said he might get back by the end of this meeting, but he kind of doubted it because his appointment was at 3 o'clock in Tulsa. I work off of this amended. I will report for the treasurer that the trust board as of the end of October was worth $398.86. And we're going to have a special meeting, I believe, on the 16th.
Yes,
to discuss the budget. For next year. In these papers I handed y'all, there is a projected budget for next year of $92,000. That projected budget does not include any rollover funds from this year. And I'll further report that the Elders Committee, Veterans Committee, and Tribal Operations is going to receive, according to these financials given to me by our accounting staff, $1,664.22 out of that economic development money that we're dividing up by each committee. Actually, I may be looking at the wrong page here. I can also report that our projected budget for next year, not including any rollover monies, is going to be a total of $92,000 and some odd dollars. And I'll let each committee chairman address how much money they have right now left in their committee reports. If there's any questions about the budget, we'd be happy to address them this time.
Is that an increase over 2013? Does it increase?
It's a decrease.
It's actually a decrease. Of course, the way we at least have always done the budget is take the first 6 months out of every year and then double that to get an estimate of how much we're going to have in the next year. Actually, since we've changed our fiscal year, we could start looking at that budget a little different, I think. For instance, in 10 months of this year, we'd taken in $82,000, but the last 2 months was roughly 18,000 more. So all year, our investments actually will end probably if December and November were the same as the last 2 months ending in October, we're gonna have taken in about $100,000 of investment, which might make that $92,000 budget a little shy. Of course, perhaps it's advisable to be conservative. Gene, do you have any comments you want to make on the budget?
No, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. But budget, we'll true up when we know what the real numbers are. We do that every year.
Jean, on December 16th, when we have our workshop for community service and education and our special trust board meeting to approve budgets, should have November figures by then, is that correct? So we'll be fairly sure what we're doing?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
And that special trust board meeting will be for budgets at 1:30 on the 16th, if anybody wants to be here. Reconfirming.
If there's no additional questions or comments on the budget, I'll call for committee reports, starting with Nikki Michael for education.
Move to approve the financials pending audit. The October financials pending audit.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the financials ending October the 31st, pending audit. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It's approved.
Okay, for the education meeting, we had a meeting on the 18th, November 18th at 2:45. I was there, Verna, Chet, Homer, Joe, Alan Barnes, and Bonnie Joe was there. I was nominated and elected to remain the education chair, and thank you very much for that vote of confidence. And Bonnie is now the vice chair for the education. We approved 4 applications, 2 for driver's ed and 2 for athletics. And so that was a pretty quick approval meeting. And yeah, that's been the least amount we've had all year. We also had a discussion about putting the scholarship application online and using that as an option for our students. Many of our students are more tech savvy and are requesting that they're able to get online and fill out those applications. So we've been working with Greg on that, and hopefully we'll have that up by the year end. Other than that, we are in the hole, which the new percentage is going to hopefully pull us out of. We're in the hole about $3,286.59. And we're needing to discuss some options about how to deal with some of this, and that's going to be at our workshop on the, was it 14th? What day was that again? 16th. And so we're going to have community service first, and then we're going to do the education afterwards. Are there any questions? All right, thank you. Wanishi.
Elders Committee, Mary Waters.
We had an elders meeting on November the 4th, and this is after the lunch. It's at 12:35, and we have an invocation, and this one was given by Lou Ketchum, and the officers present were Mary Waters, Bobby Jo Griffith, and Mary Randall. Jan Brown was absent. And we had no treasurer's report. It was explained that the trust document passed, but the election will not be final for 72 hours from our meeting. Now, the elders are now a committee and will receive 5% of the total budget. The current amount is approximately $4,000 and will be added to the 5%, giving a total of approximately $8,600 for next year. And we always call out the month birthdays and anniversaries. Then we have an ongoing project, and that's our veterans pictures that are hanging on the wall. This is a project that we're going to finish framing. The pictures that are stored, and then rearrange the ones that in order to get them all up there. And we have set a deadline for April the 1st to have this done. And Jack Tatum asked questions about our elder health care. And Pat Donnell said we should try to arrange for a speaker to come and talk to us about tribal health and the new insurance plans. We have plans to go to Little Rock Friday evening, December the 6th, and to Johnstone Park that evening. And this is what we're up to date. As of today, we made plans on forming a budget, and we need to know, well, we'll work with Berna, and we'll need to know some ideas on what we have to present. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mary. Community Services, Bert Crawford.
Community Services met on November 18th. Members present at the meeting were myself, Chet Brooks, Joe Brooks, Homer Scott, Bonnie Griffith, Nikki Michael, and Ellen Barnes. I was reelected as chair. Ellen Barnes is the co-chair. Our next regular meeting will be December 9th. And then we will have a community service workshop developing our 2014 budget and any adjustments to our guidelines on December 16th, starting at 10 a.m. The balance for community service as of October 30th was $12,051.63, and we approved 41 applications for a total of $6,900. And that pretty well covers the meeting. Is there any questions?
Verna, I will also add in that according to these financials developed by the accounting department, community services will receive $8,321 of that economic development money. And I'm sorry, I did. I was trying to give community services education amount.
Yeah.
The Culture Preservation Committee meets regularly the third Tuesday of every month. And we had our first regular meeting in in November. And the committee re-elected me the chair and elected Bruce Martin the co-chair, and Jim Remender still serving as secretary. Other than that, we have no report other than there's going to be a group from here next week trying to obtain knowledge about the Lenape presence in New York City on Manhattan Island and also in southeast New York. I think that's next Monday, actually, that they're going to be here.
That's
So,
right.
anybody that's interested, please plan on being here next Monday. As far as the culture preservation was also overspent $1,050 at the end of October. And culture preservation will receive $1,800 some dollars, so we will more than get even by the end of the year. John Sumter's still the chair of reinvestment. Of course, he's not here. Tribal operations, Joe Brooks.
No report from tribal operations. That committee is mainly there just to see that the tribe gets paid their percentage. And as of new trust document got approved, trust board will be paying for their own audit. So my job will be to see that the tribe gets their 15% first of the year.
And also, John Sumter's the chair of the Veterans Committee.
Is there a meeting that they elect? Veterans, does anybody know?
Actually, I think the Veterans Committee did meet, although John told me that it was poorly attended. I do have an announcement, though. Somebody from the VA, I guess, is going to be here on the first Monday and third Monday of every month to assist veterans.
They're not from the VA, it's disabled Americans.
Is that the same outfit that helped you with this? I thought it was. So if you've got veterans in your family, be sure to notify them if they need some assistance. They can get help out here on the first Monday and third Monday of every month. Unfinished business.
I'm going to make this motion has been made previously, but it didn't get put in the minutes, so I'm going to make another motion to make sure it does get in the minutes. That the money's left over from economic development. And first of all, we want to bring all the committees that's in the hole to a zero balance. And then the monies that's left over, I'm making a motion that community services receive 37.5%, education 31.25%, cultural preservation 12.5%, elders 6.25%, veterans 6.25%, and tribal operations 6.25%. I'm making that form of a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion.
To be carried out as promptly as possible once all the bills are paid. I did. Read the percentages again?
Actually, I can give you a copy of them.
Okay.
If,
I'll read them all.
okay, yeah, do read them all.
Okay, for the...
Community services, 37.5%.
Okay,
Education, 31.25%. Cultural preservation, 12.5%. Elders, 6.25%. Veterans, 6.25%. Tribal operations, 6.25%.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
It seems like Nikki, that she's always, on education, is always coming up shorter. So I was wondering if that shouldn't be more of a 37% for her than, that's just a comment. I just,
We can't change what the people just voted on.
but I mean, just a comment. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
We have some proposals, and if you come to the workshop on the 16th, we're going to start pushing some of those proposals through to increase some of our education funding. At least ideas.
Other unfinished business. I'm going to make another motion on reoccurring.
We vote on that one.
Oh, wait. Okay, there's a motion on second.
Is there further discussion? Then if not, all in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? We must be doing something right. Everybody's voting yes on everything.
I'm going to make another motion on reoccurring expenses, which would include trust board stipends, supplies, anything that's reoccurring. I broke this down where it shows just trust board stipends of what committee would be paying what on them stipends. Making a motion that community services pay 40%, education 33.33%, cultural preservation 13.33%, elders 6 2/3%, veterans 6 2/3%. That breaks down to out of $700. Community services would pay $280, education $233.33, cultural preservation $93.33, elders $46.67, veterans $46.67. But not just on them expenses, any reoccurring expenses. I'm making that in form of a motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Discussion.
That was also the recommendation from our county department.
I heard. I forget.
By reoccurring expenses, you are talking.
And what we're going to do, we're going to put them in a fund where you can see what they are, and then you'll have your allocation of all those expenses, so you'll know exactly what's going to each committee.
Thank you.
So it's going to work really well, I think. Thank you, Judge.
Gene, a couple of people asked me a question about how much will these reoccurring expenses be? And would that be that hard to come up with an estimate?
No, I can do an estimate if you would like to have it.
Okay.
I can do that. Tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes.
I did. Well, if we got it by the meeting the 16th. I think that'd be fine. Do I hear further business?
We need to vote. Call for the question.
All in favor of the last motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? If there's no new business, can I hear a motion to adjourn? I'm sorry, Mary.
I'd just like to tell everybody that on Monday the 9th at 12:30, we have a lady coming to talk about the Affordable Care Act. She'll do a little PowerPoint presentation and then open it up for questions and answers. She's from the Oklahoma City area Intertribal Health Board, and her name is Melissa Gower. And it's open to anybody that wants to come.
What's the date on that again?
Monday, the 9th.
So done. At lunch?
At 12:30.
I was going to. What's the date?
January 6th.
I make a motion that our next meeting be held on Monday, January the 6th, same location at 4 p.m.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Can I hear a motion to adjourn?
Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Now, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Laura made the motion.
I think Janet.
Janet, were you
I just wanted to mention that we have leftover lunch saved for us, warm in there, if anybody wants to stay and have chicken pot pie. We have plenty for everybody. We don't need to go home before trust to eat something.
It's pretty good,
I mean,
too.
count